Hey, what's happening, gamers? You guys have been more than patient with me in my transition with GameZone, so this video review is for you guys. Rage of the Gladiator was a downloadable game for the Wii Ware, and I was really surprised by this game and almost ended up putting myself in a traction because I swung my arm so hard that it popped out of place, and that smarted. Rage of the Gladiator is a WiiWare game that released back in March, and I downloaded this game right when it released. The only reason I didn't get to a review is I just started with GameZone, and both GodGame and GameZone didn't want a video of this game at all. So I didn't have time to put a proper review together until now. So is this WiiWare's second Wii Motion Plus game worth the download? Watch the review to find out. In a world where sorcery, dragons, and mythic creatures rule the land, humanity's greatest city, Avalanche, has fallen into dark times. Only the young Prince Gracious can meet this threat head-on in the arena. That actually does it for the main storyline of the game. By the way, the game actually tells this tale by showing still images, and it's narrated by the main character too. Rage of the Gladiator is a first-person viewed boxing type game. Instead of gloves, the players have a shield and a magic hammer. This game seems to take a lot of cues from last year's Punch-Out Wii game, and that's not necessarily a bad thing. There are actually a total of 10 bosses in this game, and the whole point of the game is to memorize the attack patterns of each of the bosses. Then when the time is right, you strike them to stun your foe, and that way you can release a fury of devastating blows and soundly defeat them. Each time you win a round, your enemy will utilize a more powerful attack. This repeats 3 times a battle, by the way. After winning a battle, the gladiator is rewarded with a grade and 3 experience points, where you can then choose 3 skills to upgrade, whether it be offensive, defensive, or magic powers. Still, the whole point of this game is to survive the arena and reclaim your birthright. Gamers can play using the Wiimote held nest style or opt to using the motion controls. Rage also allows players to use Wii Motion Plus, but don't worry if you don't have it, the game works really well without it. For the purpose of this review, I was actually using the Wii Motion Plus and the Nest style controls. Players swing the Wiimote up or down or left to right. Pressing the C button on the nunchuck is how the player will block. The shield can be used to smash enemies in the face by thrusting it forward, but it's a very weak attack and it's just for show, honestly. Dodging is actually done by moving the joystick around, and the gladiator jumps by pressing up on the joystick. Jumping is an important skill because you can't always evade all the enemy's attacks just by dodging. You'll need to jump over them. Counterattacking is done when the enemy leaves himself open to a major attack. If you catch the enemy off guard, it really helps to use a combo on him. Combos actually become available as the bar on your right fills up. Once the bar is high enough though, the combos are activated by swinging the Wiimote, then striking the nunchuck forward to initiate the combo. As the player progresses, new combos are unlocked. Aside from getting a little too into this game, the controls are very well done for a WiiWare title, and I'm impressed, Ghostfire Games. Graphics-wise, this game isn't bad for a $10 game, and trust me, I've seen a lot worse. While the whole game takes place in the same arena, which I'll talk about later on, occasionally the environments do change. Example of this would be the lighting effects change when the orc calls to his god for assistance, that and the thunderstorm when fighting the Sea Witch. During this battle, rain falls down from the sky, and sometimes lightning strikes the arena and the screen will actually flash. All the boss designs are really unique, and actually they look pretty cool. The crowd is very detailed in the game, and same goes for the walls surrounding the stage itself. I'm glad the developers decided to make this downloadable game look decent. Based on the WiiWare titles I've seen and played, Rage of the Gladiator is definitely the best detailed title on there to date. Ghostfire Games went a different route with their game, and it doesn't feel exactly like a Punch-Out game. Actually, the boss battles act as their own types of puzzles for this game too, which is actually pretty clever if you think about it. Some rely on using your eyes to memorize the attack pattern of your enemy, or listen carefully for what type of attack the boss is about to do. This game is currently available on the Wii Ware downloadable service and has been available since March of 2010. One thing that I can't stand about this game is the grading and skill point system. No matter the score you receive, you never lose or gain more than 3 skill points. Which I understand this game is targeted toward a younger audience, but even so, that's not cool. So there really isn't any reason to earn a higher rank, honestly, because no matter how much you struggle with a boss, the game is still going to reward you with the same 3 points. Even if you ended up falling down a few times, it doesn't matter. Which by the time you get to the ninja and the demon, this game's difficulty significantly increases. If memory serves me right, one of these battles is how I managed to hurt my arm. The voice acting in this game is a little cheesy, and most times the creatures speak to help the player determine what type of attack they're about to do. As a child, I don't think I would have minded so much because the voice acting isn't the worst I've heard, but as a reviewer, I tended to roll my eyes quite a bit at the cheesy one-liners. My last complaint is the entire game takes place in the same arena. Again, this is just a WiiWare game, but wouldn't it have been nice to just change the setting just a little, like maybe going to the Monsters Arena for a change, or getting some variety with like at least changing the background color of the arena to like green or blue or red or something, instead of the occasional environmental changes. Still, these are just minor complaints. Part of the charm of this game is the fact that it's really easy to play. Gamers will have no trouble at all with playing this game. It still retains that Wii feel to it, but if you want to play without any motion controls, the game is still very responsive, and I found it to work excellent. Another great aspect of the game is if players manage to defeat all 10 bosses, the challenge mode is unlocked, meaning players have the option of refighting the same bosses over again, but with stronger abilities and tougher fights. So there's your replay value right there. I really like the fact that no matter how many times you die in the game never has an official game over. So it's not like you have to start all the way back from the beginning. You can always continue to fight the guy until you beat him. Especially with the more nasty foes that the game uncovers. With the unlimited continues you have, you can fight to your heart's content. Plus the game allows players to replay any boss they want after beating them, so if you want to hone your skills, you so can. But it's not going to earn you any extra skill points, unfortunately. Probably my favorite thing about this game is earning the different combos and switching between abilities during a fight. That's right, the Gladiator can cycle through different powers by pressing the Z button. It's so awesome considering how many different special moves this Gladiator actually has. Near the end of the game, spells are unlocked, and they add even more joy to the mix. Looking at all the different things this game had to offer, the most important element of this game is its fun factor. Sure, some parts of the game are going to be really challenging, but the fun factor shines throughout the experience. I'm really surprised not many reviewers or gamers in general have reviewed this game at all. For what it is, I would say that it's a pretty good WiiWare game. So with that being said, Kwing Reviews is proud to award Rage of the Gladiator for the WiiWare a 7 out of 10. Aside from the minor design issues and limited skill points, I would advise adding this game to your WiiWare collection. It's a lot of fun. Well, that wraps up things on my end, gamers. This has been Kwing. My catchphrase as always is God bless and happy gaming. Thanks so much for watching. More videos are on the way once a month on this channel. Please subscribe, and until we meet again, gamers.